Good afternoon, everyone. Second video of the day. I got a question from, I hope I'm saying this right, $2 Con. That's what it seemed like. Well, anyway, what he wants to know is what my routine was. How I fed and watered the birds. He wanted me to do a video on it. Well, I can't quite do that anymore. I don't really have the strength or the energy to go out there and clean the coop and water the birds. I do water them, and feed them and show you how. But I can tell you how, and I can tell you what I did. What I did was I medicated the birds early when they were young. I did the medication with Globals 3-in-1. I did that. At that time, there was no really moxidectin or anything like that. I also gave them an antibiotic once every 2 or 3 weeks, and it was galliamycin. With that said and done, the rest of the routine was pretty simple. I would let the pigeons out early in the morning. Now, this is before I was training them. This is pre-training. And they would fly for an hour and a half, 2 hours. When they came down, I would call them in, and they would run in. Because I was feeding them, hand feeding them, for well over 2 or 3 months. From when they were babies, I hand fed them every day. And they would run in, and I would feed them. All the feed they wanted. Every bit, all the feed. Okay, moving on. When it came to training the birds, and they were flying around for 2 and 3 hours, I ran them out to 40 miles, and I tossed them. A lot of people are skeptical about that, but I didn't have a problem with it, and I did not lose a bird. But they were flying for quite a while. They were on the wing quite a while. I'm sure when they were flying that 2 and 3 hours, they were routing about 15 or 20 miles from the home. And I would see them once in a while, so I knew they were flying. Okay. What's really important is not the additives. I did give them some brewer's yeast. I did give them some powdered milk, just to make sure they had everything they needed. But that was not what was important. What was important was the training. I trained hard, very hard. My pigeons learned to come home on their own because I would take them out 100 miles and toss them 2, 3 at a time. That's one of the secrets to winning. Along with that is motivation. There's a lot of types of motivation. And maybe one day we'll get into that. But that's what I did. A lot of hard training. 2 tossing. And don't get me wrong, at first some of these birds would not come home right away. Not from that 100-mile toss. I would take them out 40 miles 3, 4 times, 5 times, then jump them to 60, 70 miles, and then from there 100 miles. They were really ready to race. Within 2 or 3 weeks, I could have raced them then. But I kept training them at that 100-mile station a lot. And that was because of, from a previous video, a dog leg that I had down here was a problem. The dog leg was a problem. But my pigeons learned to make their own way home. And that's what's really important. Not the supplements. Getting the birds healthy is very important. Getting them healthy. But it don't take much. It really don't. Today you got all kinds of medications. And you got access to the internet. You got access to vets. You can get your pigeons healthy. All it takes is a little bit of effort and time. And the real time is training the birds. That's where you got to put your mileage on the car. So that's it in short. I hope that helps you out. I think I answered your question as best I could. I can't show you the routine because I don't do the routine anymore. And before I forget, as far as supplements go, again, it was brewer's yeast, powdered milk, and that was pretty much it. That was about it. That's all they needed. I just wanted to make sure that they had enough calcium and enough vitamins and minerals, and that would be provided with the powdered milk and the brewer's yeast. Okay, so there you go. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Click the bell. And if you have a question, ask it. Ask away. And don't forget, if you need peanuts, if you want to get them peanuts, let me know. Take care.